Okay, so this is Microsoft Whiteboard. So as you can tell, this is a limitless canvas. So you can minimize or zoom in, and you can see it just keeps scrolling and scrolling. So there's limitless workspace for your students or for yourselves. Um, you can see how I'm going to use this Microsoft Whiteboard to give a presentation and have some interactive notes. This is great for student projects, or if you, the teacher, would like to have interactive notes. You can put everything in one place. And the good thing with Microsoft Whiteboard is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything you can do on the whiteboard in the classroom, you can do on this interactive electronic whiteboard. So the first thing I'm going to focus in on is how do you get that loaded onto your computer. So most computers do not have it already installed. So you have to go into the Microsoft Store and you have to click on the tab where it says Olathe Public Schools. There you will see you'll see that there's a Microsoft Whiteboard app. Click on it. Once it downloads, the home page will look like this. All of your whiteboards, I cleared most of mine just for this presentation, but you'll see all of your whiteboards there on the home page. And so you can easily click in and out of them. So if you have several students, different groups working on different things, you can easily access them all at once. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to just kind of start with the settings button. So if you see in the top right corner, it's a circle with 3 buttons. This is going to be important because this is where you're going to activate your pen. So if you're using a Surface Pro, you want to make sure that that active pen is on so that you can actually write directly on the Microsoft Whiteboard. If you are a student that's not using a Surface Pro, you can just use the finger, and it'll also do all of the same things that the pen can do. Ink to shape is pretty cool. As long as you have that clicked on, I'm going to kind of show you up above what that looks like. So let me go over here. So ink to shape is when I am drawing any kind of shape, such as a square, and maybe I'm just doing this real quick, it automatically, as you can tell, causes it to look more like that shape so that it's not all sloppy on the paper. And so you can easily and quickly draw any shape, and it'll correct it to make it more standard. Same with ink to table. So if you want to jot a table, and this is really good for science and math, if you wanted to just draw a table really quick, it'll go ahead and make the straight lines. And then once you click inside the table, you can add rows or take rows away. So you can, if you're collecting results in a science class and you start with just a couple rows, you can keep adding them as you go on. The next thing in the settings tab is export. This is nice because you can either you can export this as a high image and then you can email it. You can go directly to Teams. You can send it directly to a class notebook. The good thing about this whiteboard is that it's a Microsoft product, so it talks directly with any kind of Microsoft application. So you can see underneath it, send to OneNote, post to Teams. Send email summary. It takes a picture of the entire presentation and then you can email that out. So there's several ways to get this out of the app and into your students' hands. Format background is nice. You can, or easy eye, you can go ahead and be able to create that to be dark. So it's more easy on the eye. You can change it to colors. There's also grid backgrounds, so you can make it look like craft paper. The dots, you can just make it solid. So it's kind of, the options are kind of all up to you. There are also other buttons where you can clear the entire canvas, or the toolbar that's at the bottom, which we'll discuss next. You can also determine where you want to place that. So that's all of the settings buttons. Down below, you'll see that if you double click on the pens, you can change the color and the thickness of the pen. So this is what's happening if you're using your finger or if you're drawing like this. You can see if I double click on the pen and I want to make that thicker and I want to make it orange, now you can see how that changes. There's even ones with gradients so that, and we can make that kind of second thickness. So when I draw now, it's a bunch of colors. There is highlighters, so you can see I tried to highlight things throughout this project. so you guys can kind of see the effect. Now, one thing I want to show you is when I click on the highlighter, you're not going to use your mouse because you'll see your mouse is how you're going to move things. You're always going to use that pen to highlight, or your finger if your pen is turned off. Eraser, if you're using your stylus, the opposite end of your stylus actually serves as an eraser, or you can click on the eraser button and actually draw over whatever you've just done. So if I want to erase this, I can just use the eraser and now it's all gone. There is a ruler, so this is nice. You can, for math classes, you can go ahead and with your fingers, you can turn the ruler so that you can get different degrees, and it tells you the degree at which you're at. The lasso is kind of serving as if you want to take something and either copy it and then paste it, or edit something, but a bunch of different parts of the canvas at once. You can lasso that part of the canvas and then you can edit it accordingly. This are text boxes. You'll see I have a lot of those. Whoops, I don't want to move that. And as you can tell, if I make a mistake, there's an undo button over here and a redo button over there. There are Post-it notes that you can add. I tried to add several. I'm gonna take the ruler back off. If you want the ruler off, you just gotta re-click the ruler and it goes away. There are several Post-its that I tried to put on this presentation, so you can see these are a great way. I'm messing mine all up though. And this is a great way to go ahead and just, get feedback from your students. It's all interactive, it's all real time, so you can ask them questions and then, write a quick note, and they could all, write a quick Post-it. You can actually click on the Post-it itself, and then you can actually change the color of the Post-it, determine how the text. You can actually do like buttons, so that's a good way to kind of pull the class and see, are you understanding it? Give me a thumbs up on the things that you understand, maybe things you don't understand. So again, the main thing is it's all real time, so that helps a lot. These are pictures, so you can add anything from your libraries, from your computer. Bing Images is just using the internet, and then anything on your camera roll. Over here, the last button we're going to talk about is there is a note grid. So I will show you what that looks like. A note grid is right here. So it's a couple Post-its, and you can ask one, this might be good for your driving questions. It asks a general question, and then it allows several students to kind of answer that, but keep all those answers together in an organized fashion. And the second one they talk about is a list. So I tried to make a list right here of the benefits. Zooming in a little bit more, you can see that it has an immersive reader, it's engagement, it's collaborative, it's real time. So those are some of the benefits, and this is what the list option looks like. The follow-up list is where you can actually assign student different jobs, and so once you have people all collaborating in this, their emails will pop up right here, and you can assign different jobs or duties. And then there's also a like button for them to actually say, maybe like when they're done, or you might have them like when they see their job. It's kind of up to the teacher. And there are stickers. So there are pre-loaded stickers for several subjects. I like these as well because there's checks, there's X's, there's good job, way to go, good progress, some of those stickers you may have, put on real papers if we had them. And then the cool thing is too, is there's templates. And so there's brainstorming, there's reflective templates. And so I'm going to show you the reflective template, but I wanted you to know there are several more already loaded in here. And what I mean by a reflection template is, let me get to that. I have it over here. You can put Post-its underneath here, and it looks like mine got erased right here. But you could have talked about, what didn't go so well, what could have gone better, and then what to do differently next time. And so you could have the group members all answer those 3 questions in a reflection format. So they're all already preloaded for you. I'm not sure what happened to mine over here. I should have checked it beforehand. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it's just loading. Because here it goes. So let me move that back. And last, what I want you guys to also know is that You don't have to redo any of your notes. All of this stuff that you already have in PDF form, Word document form, PowerPoints, all of that can be loaded in here. So if you go to this add button again, you'll see they're all right here, and you can organize your PowerPoint slides as they come in. You can organize Word documents. And again, this is a limitless canvas, so you have plenty of room to put everything. You could literally make one whiteboard for your entire unit, and then just have all the materials there, all the PDFs, all the Word documents, all the PowerPoints. You can see that you can insert, this is an article on the benefits of using this Microsoft Whiteboard. So if you really like it, you can read that. It gives you some more key points. You can also insert videos. These are both videos. The first one's a whiteboard for student projects. So it gives you a sample student project and how a teacher walks through using this Microsoft Whiteboard and how it enhances this student project. And then you can also record whiteboard using PowerPoint. And so it shows you what buttons to press in PowerPoint. Since PowerPoint's also a Microsoft product, it does really well using PowerPoint to record inside Whiteboard. And so the last thing over here is I wanted to show you can also copy and paste things that you have from other documents or the internet. This is actually coming from the Microsoft website. These are some summaries on how is Whiteboard used in the classroom. And I just wanted you to know, and I tried to show you the highlights too that you can do. You can use your pen and scribble or underline different words. But again, it's real time. It's an infinite canvas. You can contribute with notes, images, diagrams. It's a limitless space for lessons, student ideas, group projects. They all can be on their individual devices, but using the same Canva. It can unlock creativity and interact naturally. You can use your keyboard or your mouse, you can use the pen, or you can use your finger. It's directly connected to OneNote, class notebooks for safekeeping. You can easily post this on Teams. There's different line styles to support your handwriting and graphing, and there's actually something called ink beautification. So when you write something on this, if your student doesn't have the best of handwriting, it corrects it to make it just like have more legible handwriting. The ink grab makes the move from analog to digital seamless. So the main thing that I would tell you is just play around with it. Anything that you can think of doing on your whiteboard in your classroom, you can do on this and more. So if you have any questions at all, I've been using this for a while. Please don't hesitate to email me. Here's my email. And so, yeah, I'll be looking forward to hearing from you guys and seeing how you guys like this. Thank you for your time.